Robbie joins me after watching another entertaining game, 2-2 against Potters Bar. Robbie, what's your thoughts, mate? I know it could be a long interview, mate.
Now listen, we started the game okay. Gavin got his injury, which was obviously very disruptive for us. Which it's not always nice when you have to make a change 3 minutes into the game. I thought we had two clear-cut chances to go 2-0 up, and then we were very disappointing for probably the remainder of that half. Very poor. We don't want to really go into it because sometimes we're sick of doing it, but we know, and Jack knows, that there's things that we need to address, and we will address very quickly. And second half, we got another goal down from nowhere. Poor marking again, poor defensive goal to concede. But then, great credit. We mixed it, we changed it. After we went 2-0 down, we played 3 at the back, and I thought the lads reacted really well to it. And we scored 2 quick goals to get back. And I think maybe it's just our mentality now and naivety. We sort of sat back a little bit again, and we didn't go on and kick on and get the jugular, because I think teams that were established go on and win that game, maybe 3 or 4-2, and we're just not there at the minute. With players lacking a little bit of confidence, and that's for me to Jack to try and get that belief instilled. But listen, it's not all doom and gloom. We've only lost 1 game.
Yeah,
I know we have drawn 4 games, and we should have probably won at minimum 50% of them. So it's not all doom and gloom. We're sat with 10 points. We're about 5-6 points off the top. So we're right where we need to be. Season's not won after 5 or 6 games, is it? So
no, definitely not.
We can improve in so many areas, and we will improve. But it's just about me and Jack getting that right balance and blending the team. And we'll be trying desperately hard to get that.
Well, 2-0 down against East Thurrock, 2-2. Unlucky not to win. And today, at the end, it could have gone either way. It could have gone either way. I thought both teams put on a fantastic game for the fans. Going on to Gavin.
For you.
Well,
though,
for us,
not for the staff.
But, on the radio, mate, I was absolutely knackered at times. But with Gavin, it didn't look good. Of course, it looked like he may have just. It just looked a bit innocuous, and at first it didn't look that serious.
Yeah.
And I just thought, he may have just twisted his ankle. But have you got any updates on his injury?
I think he said as he turned, he felt a pop in his Achilles, which is very disappointing, because obviously he'd been left out of the team for a few games, and he got his chance playing down the middle, and I think he was looking forward to it, and probably would have been really beneficial for us, but it wasn't to be. He's had an injury, and we just need to see in time, how severe the injury is.
Yeah, our Rocks radio player of the match was Nathan. He's got a goal and an assist, and his work rate was fantastic. He did give the ball away a couple of times, but we can possibly let him off for his overall performance. How good was he today? I thought his confidence, being 18, putting on a performance like that, was excellent, wasn't it?
That's outstanding, and we can't rest too much on him. He's a young lad. He needs helping. He needs helping with the senior players, because 18-year-old, he's going to have bad games, he's going to have good games. But he gets in there, he can score goals, he works very hard, and as you see, he's made a great assist for Kane's goal as well. So, listen, we're really pleased with that. There's certain areas, he needs help as well.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
There's certain areas we need to address, and we will address. 100% we will address.
Well, having Geordie on the bench, I think a team 2-0 down, bringing on 2 kind of defensive players, and everyone was thinking why Geordie was on the bench. Is there any update on Geordie? Was it a possible injury, or was it just a tactical?
No. Listen, trust me, that wasn't. Obviously, Geordie said his hamstring was really sore, so he sort of ruled himself out of coming on. So we just said stay on the bench and see how you go. But no, we just had to try and tweak a few things and help the lads out, and I think it worked. Listen, sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. But
it worked.
We needed to do.
And I must say, massive credit to Dandy and Harvey for coming on and playing like that.
I thought Nathan was outstanding, but I thought Joe Dandy was our man of the match by a country mile when he came on. So.
He was. He made a calmness at the back which wasn't there in the first.
Yeah, he gives a bit of energy, a bit of bravery. We've got some really good players, but at the minute, even though we've only lost 1 game and we're unbeaten in 4 now in the league, we still know there's so much more room for improvement in there, and we will get there. But it's just a matter of we have to be patient, and hopefully it'll happen.
Well, of course, having the injuries for Gavin, possibly out for a few months, I would say. After that, are you possibly going to be having a look to recall any of the players that are on?
Well, maybe we might have to look at that, and it's something we need to address. And I'll speak with Jack. Obviously, it's still pretty raw now, and we don't know the extent of the injury, so we'll have to wait for that. But if it is long term, then that's obviously a shame, and we need to have a look at that situation.
Yeah, so going on to next week, we are at home. Again, if we can get our home form going and get them points away, then in front of the Rocks fans, how good would it? Because it seems like an eternity since we were last at home, doesn't it, Robbie?
Yeah.
Wingate and Finchley, tough game again. All teams are tough, and I think there was 3 points separating from 18th in the table to the playoffs. So it just proves how tight the league is. And Bognor will probably be about 9th or 10th, unbeaten in 4, like you say, an unbeaten week. Going at home, it's a game we need to win, though. I think, Robbie, isn't it?
Yeah, no, absolutely. But listen, if you're drawing your away games, you need to have to try and win your home games, and we'll be doing all we can to do that. And lads can rest now. They've got a full week to prepare for that, and we'll see where we are in terms of the injury wise, and then hopefully, we've got a good enough strong team. But like you say, everyone was raving about Kingstonian and gone romping away with the league. And it just doesn't happen like that. They go to Wingate and Finchley get beaten. I think they've drawn one each today against Horsham. So it just doesn't work like that. No. So I know that was an FA Cup, but
it's just spells, isn't it?
It's just
every team can have a spell.
Yeah, absolutely. And we just got to keep our own counsel, look after our own team, because I feel like we've got a squad capable of doing something this season, but we are a young team, and people must understand that, and the supporters must understand that this team will take time. But we're just hoping that we keep progressing, keep progressing, because that's what we need to do.
Well, cheers, Blake. You're pointing on the road. We'll see you next week at home.
Top on.
See you later, mate. Bye bye. Nathan Odokonyero joins me after the Works 2-2 against Potters Bar. Nathan, goal and an assist. Surely you must be happy with that.
Yeah, disappointed not to get all 3 points, but obviously I'm a person that happy to get a goal and assist. Happy to influence the game as well, and the manager giving me a chance. And
Well, of course, it was a position for you which you like, isn't it? That number 7, not straight up front. It was on the wing. He of course played Gavin up front, but of course we know Gavin had to go off. But as from us, I thought you could hear us from the sides. There was a couple of sloppy little moments in the game, but overall, you got our Rocks Radio Player of the Match. How are the boys? It's always good to hear from Robbie, but how are the players feeling after that?
We're a bit disappointed because we know with the ability in our squad that we should be coming here and getting 3 points, but obviously it was good character from us to fight back from a 2-0 down.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're upset not to get all 3 points.
Well, of course, it's been hard for you recently being on the bench, but I think that there's no better way to react to that than your performance. How have you felt being on the bench? Have you felt a bit disappointed?
Obviously, it's disappointed to be on the bench, but it was just thanks to the manager for giving me the chance today to show what I can do.
Yeah, it's one of them ones where I always speak to your mum before the game, and we always talk about it. And it's one of them ones where you're 18 years old, but today it seemed like you was our most experienced player out there.
Thank you.
So I must say, we'll keep it short and sweet, Nave.
All right,
I just wanted just to say a massive well done. Rocks Radio Player of the Match.
Thank you very much.
Well done, mate. Well done. Go and get your food now.